Welcome to our exploration of 10 core philosophical ideas that have shaped the foundation of Western philosophy and continue to influence contemporary thought. For millennia, great minds have grappled with questions about existence, knowledge, morality, and the human condition. Their insights have shaped civilizations, ignited revolutions, and continue to challenge our assumptions about the world. Prepare to embark on a journey that spans centuries and traverses the landscapes of human thought. From the nature of reality itself to the principles that guide our actions, we'll delve into ideas that have captivated thinkers for generations. Get ready to expand your mind and engage with concepts that might just change the way you see the world and your place in it. Let's begin. Imagine being chained in a cave, forced to watch shadows flicker on a wall. You've never known anything else, so you believe these shadows to be reality. This, my friends, is the essence of Plato's allegory of the cave. We often mistake the limitations of our senses for the totality of existence. But what if there's more to reality than meets the eye? What if true knowledge lies beyond the shadows, beyond the confines of our everyday experiences? Plato challenges us to break free from the chains of ignorance and ascend into the light of true understanding. Just like a prisoner escaping the cave and seeing the world illuminated by the sun, we too can achieve enlightenment through reason and intellectual exploration. It's a call to question our assumptions, to delve deeper into the nature of things, and to seek knowledge beyond the superficial. Are you ready to escape the cave? Remember, the journey to wisdom begins with the courage to question what we think we know. What drives us as human beings? What fuels our ambitions, our desires, our very will to live? According to Friedrich Nietzsche, it's a fundamental force he called the will to power. This isn't just about dominating others, it's about self-mastery, creativity, and striving to reach our full potential. It's the force that propels us to overcome obstacles, to create art, to build civilizations. Think of it like this. Every living organism, from a single-celled amoeba to a complex human being, possesses an inherent drive to survive, to grow, to assert itself in the face of adversity. This is the will to power in action. It's a concept that can be both exhilarating and terrifying. It reminds us of our own potential for greatness, but also our capacity for destruction. Understanding the will to power is about understanding the very essence of what it means to be human. Is there inherent meaning in the universe, or are we just hurtling through space on a giant rock, clinging to our own self-imposed narratives? This, my friends, is the heart of the absurd. We crave meaning, purpose, a reason for our existence. But what if the universe simply doesn't offer one? This realization can be liberating or terrifying, depending on how you choose to confront it. Albert Camus, a champion of absurdism, argued that the only true response is to embrace the absurd, to live authentically, to find joy in the face of meaninglessness, and to rebel against the futility of it all through acts of creation and love. It's about acknowledging the absurdity of life without falling into despair. It's about finding your own meaning, creating your own purpose, and living life on your own terms. Remember, the universe may not offer inherent meaning, but that doesn't mean your life can't have any. What makes an action morally right or wrong? Utilitarianism offers a deceptively simple answer. It's all about the consequences. Imagine a world where the goal is to maximize happiness and minimize suffering for the greatest number of people. That's the essence of utilitarianism. It's about making choices that lead to the greatest good for the greatest number, even if it means making difficult decisions that might seem counterintuitive at first glance. Think of it like a moral equation. You weigh the potential benefits of an action against its potential harms and choose the path that leads to the most overall happiness. Of course, this isn't always easy. It requires empathy, careful consideration, and a willingness to sometimes make tough choices. But the goal is a noble one, a world where happiness prevails. Can you imagine a world where everyone lived by the same moral code, a code based on reason, respect, and universal principles? That's the idea behind Immanuel Kant's Categorical Imperative. It's like a moral compass that guides our actions, regardless of our desires or the potential consequences. Kant believed that morality shouldn't be about personal gain or happiness, but about adhering to universal laws that apply to everyone equally. Think of it like this. Act only according to that maxim whereby you can at the same time, will that it should become a universal law. In other words, if you wouldn't want everyone to act in a certain way, then it's probably not morally right. The categorical imperative challenges us to be consistent in our moral reasoning, to treat others with respect, and to act in a way that we could rationally endorse as a universal law. Are we born with a predetermined purpose, or do we forge our own paths in life? Existentialism throws out the notion of preordained destinies and embraces the radical freedom and responsibility of being human. Imagine a blank canvas. You are the artist and your life is the artwork. There's no pre-drawn outline, no set of instructions. You are free to create whatever you want, but you are also solely responsible for the final product. This freedom can be exhilarating, but it can also be daunting. It means that we are defined not by some inherent nature, but by the choices we make, the actions we take, and the lives we create for ourselves. It's a call to live authentically, to embrace the unknown, and to create meaning in a world that often seems devoid of it. Remember, you are the author of your own story. Imagine you're designing a society from scratch, but there's a catch. You don't know what role you'll play in it. You could be rich or poor, healthy or sick, powerful or marginalized. This is the thought experiment behind John Rawls' veil of ignorance. It's a powerful tool for thinking about justice and fairness. It forces us to step outside our own biases and consider what kind of society we would create if we didn't know our place in it. Would you risk creating a society with vast inequalities, knowing you might end up at the bottom? Or would you strive for a more just and equitable system that benefits everyone, regardless of their circumstances? The veil of ignorance challenges us to think about justice from a perspective of empathy and compassion. It's a reminder that a fair society is one that we would all be willing to be born into, regardless of the hand we are dealt. What if you had to live your life over and over again, experiencing every joy and every sorrow, every triumph and every failure for all eternity? This is the unsettling proposition of eternal recurrence. It's a thought experiment designed to make us confront the weight of our choices and the value of the lives we lead. Would you embrace the idea of reliving your life exactly as it is, with all its imperfections and regrets? If not, what would you change? How would you live differently, knowing that this life, with all its joys and sorrows, is not a dress rehearsal, but the eternal performance? Eternal recurrence challenges us to find meaning and joy in the present moment, to live authentically, and to make choices that we can stand by, not just in this life, but for an infinite number of lifetimes to come. We like to think we're in control, that our conscious minds are calling the shots. But what if there's a whole other world operating beneath the surface, influencing our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in ways we barely understand? Welcome to the realm of the unconscious mind. This is the domain of dreams, hidden desires, repressed memories, and the driving forces behind many of our actions. Think of it like an iceberg. The conscious mind is just the tip, while the vast majority remains submerged, influencing us in ways we often don't even realize. Exploring the unconscious can be a journey of self-discovery, revealing hidden motivations, fears, and desires that shape our lives. It's about acknowledging the complexity of the human psyche and recognizing that we are not always fully aware of the forces at play within us. Why do we live in societies? What compels us to trade certain freedoms for the perceived security and stability of collective living? The answer, according to social contract theory, lies in the delicate balance between individual liberty and the common good. Imagine a world without rules, without laws, without any form of social order. It might sound liberating at first, but it would quickly descend into chaos. The social contract is the unwritten agreement we make to surrender certain freedoms in exchange for the protection and benefits that come with living in a society. We give up the right to do whatever we want, whenever we want, in exchange for security, cooperation, and the rule of law. But finding the right balance between individual liberty and collective responsibility is an ongoing challenge for every society. Thank you for joining us on this journey through some of the most influential philosophical ideas in history. We hope these concepts inspire you to think deeply about the world and your place in it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. From the nature of reality to the ethics of our actions, these philosophical ideas continue to shape our world and challenge us to think critically about the big questions in life. Remember, the journey of philosophical exploration is never truly over. There's always more to learn, more to question, and more to discover. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the conversation going in the comments below.